All right, all right. Hello, Gun Nation. How's everyone doing this evening? Let me know if you can see and hear me because I want to make sure this internet is not spotty. So we got a bunch of people in the house, and I appreciate that so much. It's showing that we don't have any yet. I don't know if y'all there it goes. It just popped from 0 to like 12 or 11 or something. So, but yeah, I was just wanting to make sure it's keeping up with me. But make sure you can see and hear me. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Do something so I know that I'm good. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about tonight. And I've been saying hello to a bunch of people and thank you for wishing me a happy birthday. It was officially yesterday, but I appreciate it so much. I'm not one to go and announce things, and honestly didn't know. I guess I kind of led into it with the name of the chat that I'm now another year older. So what have I learned? I wasn't trying to announce my birthday. It's just, every year my family kind of asked me, "Hey, you're another year older. What have you learned?" So I have a little list for you that are kind of my kind of things I've lived by since I was actually pretty young. And these don't wishy-wash. Y'all, people who know me know that I'm not a bullshitter. I'm not a wishy-washy guy. I don't float around. And we'll just kind of get into it. But we got Rusty Taylor in the house, Rich B. Redbird, and she stands with Texas. I appreciate it. We're going to get into that. We got Trigger Bar in the house, chessboard. Let's see if I don't want to miss anybody. We got Mike High. He just jumped in and then jumped out. Hey, he's at work. I appreciate it. Pistol Pete's in the house. MZ's in the house. Okay, so y'all can hear and see me good. IBG's in the house. William Carter, hello. Paladone Pictures is in the house. Howdy ho. Howdy ho. And Lynn Holt's in the house. Yes, I'm another day older. So, sometimes you feel it when you get up and your bones crack. Some of y'all are there, some of y'all aren't there yet, but maybe you will be there. 54 years. Pistol Pete's asking, I am the double nickel. I'm not afraid to tell you. If you know what the double nickel is, you can guess the age. That kind of gives it away. I know Pistol Pete will know that term. My mom made sure to remind me. But and then we'll get into stuff I've got coming up. But yes, Texas is holding the line, and I'm proud as hell of Governor Abbott. Don't take the bull crap. This has been running amok way too long, way too long. And I was wondering when they were going to do it and why they hadn't done it yet, because I'm like, you get some people standing up, and the boys try to come in and change that. That's not going to work too well. So let's see. Baldwin Curious is in the house. He said he's turning 50 in 3 weeks. Man, I thought we were close to the same age. I didn't know you were younger than me, but that's cool. Donnie Cluck is in the house. Used to be the speed limit. Yep, I did. If y'all have ever seen some of the pictures I post of what I have in my house, I've got racks of deer that I've shot, but they're not anything super new. They're older animals, but I have an antique 55, and it's made out of the steel, and it's the old God, what the hell's the name of that paint? Oh, it's lead paint with enamel coating over the top of it. So it's actually lead paint back in the day. But yeah, it's a 55-mile-an-hour street sign. And I have it in the kitchen, up way up high on a shelf. And I've got some antlers, some racks around it and stuff like that. But yeah, I took a picture a long time ago and posted it. And people were like, "Oh my God, how old is that sign?" And I was like, "Yep, it's a collector one. It's the old one." Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I am so glad he's doing this. Just, FJB. We all know what that means. He's been freaking doing a circus, and it's time to start putting up some roadblocks. and getting this shit under control. This is crazy. If you are invading, if it's an invasion, which it has been, it needs to be stopped. So, hello, Armsman. He is in the house. Y'all need a great holster. Armsman can get you fixed up. Special light bearing as well. So, hello, Lynx Defense. How are you? You need a great pistol bag or rifle bag. Lynx Defense is your bag. Again, they are not the cheap $15 piece of shit bags. They are made in America bags. So, but, you know, since I am older, I wanted to share some things that I live by. So I've got a little list. We'll get into it. For Justin Bieber. No, we don't care about Justin Bieber. I don't, but maybe some people do. And then I've got some videos that I've got up in the tubes. They haven't been released yet. I've got 3 more. I released the Flux, and YouTube instantly demonetized that. Last week's chat, they instantly demonetized the chat. I fought it, and it took, was it like 2.5 days for manual review, and then they overturned it. But by that time, it's already lost its steam as far as getting out to the masses, you know, with sharing it and people watching it and things like that, and grabbing an algorithm so we can get our messages out to other people who maybe are not like-minded, and maybe they'll listen to it and become like-minded. And yeah, the Flux Defense, the second I put it up, they demonetized it as well. I fought it, and I think it was a day and a half later, or 2 days later, or something. Whatever, I don't remember. They finally manually changed it. But they're on my ass. So if you please hit the thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm probably preaching to the choir, but you know, I'm gonna have to start saying that, because I want these messages to get out to people who, you know, maybe are like kind of on the fence. We can pull them over to our side, or just thinking we're all a bunch of idiots, and maybe they'll hear something and go, you know what, he actually makes some sense. Hello, A-Dubs, how are you? Let's see here, let me catch up, make sure I haven't missed anybody. Yeah, I don't know if y'all heard about also the illegals or the invaders that are actually in New York City. The food that they're giving them sandwiches and fruits and vegetables and all this other kind of stuff. They don't like that food, so they're refusing to eat it, and they want their type of food brought in for them. So they're here illegally. Oh, I'm sure this chat's going to get demonetized. They're here illegally. They're put up room and board, probably healthcare, probably cell phones, and then they want to pick the food that they get. Holy crap! They're being fed. They're being fed better than prisoners. They're being fed over our veterans that are walking the streets and homeless and have no place to live or have no place to go, and they're you know, putting these illegals up in hotels and feeding them all this food. Tell me how that makes sense. Tell me. We have citizens of the United States that are homeless and hungry, but yet we're feeding people from other countries and putting them up in places to live. If we all went to another country, do you think they would do that to us? No, they wouldn't. They'd put us on a plane or put us on a boat. It'd be a slow boat, and they would take their time. Oh my God. This is not how I wanted to start this chat, but you know what I mean. Palindrome, you know that wouldn't happen. Oh boy, that's crazy, man. Yep. Social Security cards, yep. I've heard that's already happening. Oh, and they're getting voter cards, or they're going to be able to vote too. Thank you, DC. I appreciate it. Again, it was officially yesterday, but I don't go on and, hey, today's my birthday, tell me happy birthday. I'm not that guy. But we'll go ahead and get into it. Oh, also, I don't know if y'all saw, I had it noted here. They are now, because of Benavides, or God, what is his name? The judge. Now they're shipping ammo to California. So if you live in California and you want to load up on ammo and get some of the great prices, there's actually some companies that are even offering free shipping to California. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, you can order 1,000 rounds, shipped to your door, and a lot of them are waiving the shipping fees. So if you're across enemy lines and you want to buy ammo online, now you can. And who knows if they're going to try to overturn it. So if you want it and you can get it, might as well grab it if you can afford it. Don't break the bank, but do what you want to do. Yep, Whataburger. There was one here. I'm actually in Louisiana. It was just convenient, so I just grabbed it. Not the best thing in the world for you, but I just grabbed it. Yeah, some people don't like Whataburger. I will say this. about Whataburger. Whataburger always used to be my favorite when they were still family owned, but they sold out to a California company, and the quality has gone down. It's not as good, but it is what it is. Let's see here. So if you're in California, you want ammo, you can grab it now, and they'll ship it right to your door. 3 of the other videos that I have, and I want y'all's opinion, that I have, I'm showing some love to another one that I don't show enough, because people say I've had so many or comments saying I only shoot comped guns. So I've got the MPA DS9 Commander, which is a 2011, no comp. It is dotted, of course, as all guns should be. I'm just hating. I'm just joking around. I don't tell people what to do. But I've got the MPA DS9 Commander, and it's a special edition if you haven't seen it. So I've got that video ready. I've got the SIG P322 250 round burn down that has been completed. A lot of people guessed. Some people guessed right. Some people guessed wrong of how many failures there were. I already know. I'm not going to tell you on here. I would like you to watch the video. I will say this. My finger got tired, and you will see it. I actually had to do something different, which I don't think I've ever done before, but I had to do this because literally my finger completely was giving out. Now, I wasn't being sarcastic. I went there, started shooting the gun. That was the first run of the day. I had other guns with me. That was the first run of the day, and my finger completely started locking up. And if you want to put some guesses below, I can kind of tell you about how many rounds I was into it before my finger started locking up, if y'all want to guess, because it was a total of 250 rounds. So if y'all want to guess of when my finger started giving out, I kind of have an idea. I didn't count every shot of when it officially was giving out, and I had to do something different. But, and YouTube probably won't like that video either, because like I said, I had to do something different to fire all the 250 rounds when my finger locked up. Barbecue, good barbecue in New York City. Ugh. I don't think that's gonna. I've never heard that term, good barbecue in New York City. I don't even know if that should be. That's sacrilegious to even say that. Hey, I'm right there with you, Pistol Pete. We couldn't go to other countries and do that shit. How can they do it here? Yep, that's what I just was saying, DC. I already announced that a little bit earlier. Yes, I have. I haven't seen one in person, but I've seen videos of them, of the Jacob Gray. There's some things I like about it, the look of it, and there's some things I kind of don't like. but I haven't put my hands on it either. So I don't really want to judge something that I don't, officially know. It's just some of the things, that I've seen about it. I'm kind of like, no count, no comment on the finger. Rich B says 249. Pistol Pete says 69. That's what she said. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Armsman. Yeah, they need to grab it while they can, because that thing's going to get, just like the mag thing always gets thrown right back in court. So they're going to fight it tooth and nail. But and then I've got the Tandem Cross. I did put the light trigger spring in it. So you've got, and this light trigger spring can be used in the factory trigger, or their kind of competition trigger that they sell. So this spring can be used in either one of those, and it actually takes the stock trigger and lowers it 2 pounds, by about 2 pounds. I measured it before, I measured it after, so I'll be able to give you true numbers. They say 2 pounds, but I've got the true numbers from my Lyman digital gauge. And it is the digital one, which I have found a little more accurate than the regular pull one. I used to have the little pull one way back in the day, and I found that the digital one is more accurate for truer readings. So that was my findings. If your manual gauge works, hey, that's cool. But so we've got the MPA DS9 Commander, we've got the SIG P322 Burn Down, and we've got the Tandem Cross light trigger / shooting it a lot. So let me know which one y'all want to see. We've got 235, 215. So, I mean, there's a person that was pretty damn close. So, yeah, hello, Abigail. How are you? A Barnes, how are you? On my 2011 triggers, I really kind of like about a 3 to a 3.5 pound. I've got some that are 2.5. And then on my striker fire guns, I kind of like about a 3.5 to a 4.5. When you get into the 6 range, I can shoot them. They're just not that great for me personally. If you like them, that's cool, because I'm not going to tell you what to do. I just find if I'm running them super fast, I want the gun to be able to, I want to be able for the gun to keep up with me. And on a heavier trigger with a shitty reset, I can outrun the gun. Most people can. But whatever works for you. And everybody says, oh, in a self-defense situation, I don't give a shit. I'm using it for a reason. And I'm not going to put this on that until I'm ready to do what I need to do. Abigail says 420. Yeah, it was only 250 rounds, so yeah, it wasn't 420. But yeah, whatever trigger you like. I know people that love 5-pound triggers, and if that's your gig, that's cool. All right, these are kind of some things that I've lived by over the years. So, my mom, like I said, my mom always asks me every year, so you're another year older, what have you learned? So I kind of do this, with them and friends and stuff like that. And, it's not a super long things. These are just kind of some things that I live by. And of course, make your partner your best friend. That's what I've always lived by. I mean, I've been married, going on 32 years, I guess, and dated for 5 years prior to that. So my wife's my best friend, love her to death, and we joke around. We give each other crap. That's just how it is. So here's some big ones. Don't tolerate bullshit. And what I mean by that is if you're catching crap, or from people that are acquaintances or something, don't tolerate it. Tell them off if you want to, walk away if you want to, however you want to handle it, but don't tolerate bullshit. Also, buy what you want to buy. Don't tell people, or don't let people persuade you to buy what they want you to buy. Buy what you want to buy, whether it be a car, a house, a gun, a whatever, jewelry, shoes, it doesn't matter. Buy what you want to buy. And also carry what you want to carry. Don't let people persuade you. If you put your hands on it, you like everything about it, and you feel comfortable with it, buy it. If that's what you want, buy it and carry it. Don't let people on the internet, influencers, whatever, tell you your gun or whatever you carry is a piece of crap. Roll with what you want. It doesn't matter if it's a $200 gun or a $25,000 gun. Who gives a shit? Whatever you want. Don't follow trends, set them. So don't follow a trend, set a trend. So what I'm saying is, if you jump on the end of the bandwagon and then it's faded out, so be it if that's what you want to do. What I like to do is do what I want to do. And if it sets a trend, cool. And way back in the day, I used to set some trends with cars, shoes, guns, because I didn't see anybody running those particular guns, or I didn't see anybody running those particular cars, or those particular rims, or that particular paint job, or that particular engine, or that particular exhaust, headers, turbo, supercharger, whatever it might be. I started running it, and then everybody saw what it did or how I made it run. And then they were like, holy crap, I got to buy that so I could be like him, be a trendsetter. Also, always remember, you can't fix stupid. We can try, we can train people, we can try to let people see our opinion or, voice our opinion, and opinions are just opinions. It's not a fact. Unless it's, of course, proven in stone. But we can't fix stupid. We can't change people. So if it was, the whole fentanyl crisis would be fixed. I mean, and I'm not saying, those people, a lot of them are mentally ill and things like that, true, but, we can't fix everything. Also, don't seek others' approval. Don't do it. Do what you want to do, how you want to do it. Now, of course, if you're doing something completely illegal and it's not good for, like you're hurting someone, that's a different ball game. But, don't seek people's opinion or approval. Just do what you want to do. Also, I've always lived by this, always walk with a purpose. If you're going to go do something or you're showing somebody something or whatever, know what you're doing. Don't teach bullshit. Carry yourself well. You're going to earn respect that way. Sometimes respect's just not given or assumed. It's earned. So if you're going to talk the talk, walk the walk, so to say. So walk with a purpose, carry yourself with a purpose. And also, this is a really, really, really big one. Be proud of what you have, not what you want. There's people always thinking if they buy something, it's going to make them better. Or if I had that, I would be more proud of myself or more proud of my family if I had this or that or this. And a lot of these things they want are unreachable, or they're physically can't do it or financially can't do it. So be proud of what you have. I don't care if you live in a freaking trailer house, wherever, if that's what you have and that's what you can afford, be proud of it. So, and also a big, big, big one is have good friends and people that you trust to surround yourself around. If you run with rats, you're going to be a rat. Okay. Just telling you. If you run with a good crowd, have a good community around you, have good people around you that can depend on you and you can depend on them. That's who you want to be around. So surround yourself with real, true friends, not acquaintances who want to be your friend for a certain reason. I've had plenty of those in the past. When I used to drag race, I had a lot of them. Oh man, can you build this for me? You're my best friend. Don't fall for the bullshit. People are always out to get something. So you want true friends, not friends at the moment, so to say. So hope I didn't bore you too long. Those are just some of the things, I try to jot some of these things down every year. A lot of them are the same. They never change. And of course I try to learn something new every day. Sometimes it may happen. Sometimes it might not happen, or a new idea, or I try something that a tip that someone else has given, and it works for me. Sometimes it doesn't. So don't be afraid to try something either. That's a great one. So anyway, hope I didn't bore y'all. Let me catch back up. Sorry about that. That's a good one, Abigail. We'll get to that one in a second. Yeah, and I agree with you on that one. All right, let's see here. I'm only curious, once I stop seeing issues with the Oracle, I'll definitely consider one. That compact looks nice. Yeah, there's already a big issue of someone that I know of that has that gun, and it's a big issue. So it is, I think it's either being sent in or it already was sent in, but I don't think there's a result yet. So, but like I said, some of these newer things, we all know this, they're going to go through growing pains. It's how they handle it. Nothing's perfect when it's a prototype. Don't expect perfect sometimes, especially somebody that hasn't been in the firearms business for a long, long time, or they're new to the game or new to the platform. There's going to be growing pains. That's why a lot of people aren't wrong when they say, hey, you might wait a year, let them work out all the bugs, and then jump on it if it's something new, completely new to the market. But, if that's something you want to get and try, hey, go for it. It's just how they handle it. You might lose, you might win, everything might be fine. And here's Abigail. You can't fix stupid, but you can definitely put it on YouTube for other people to laugh at. That's true. Some of those videos are hilarious. I enjoy watching those every once in a while too. Yes, Lynn Holt, they are supposed to, after SHOT Show, they were supposed, all their new stuff, their new options, such as the bull barrel, the new grip, the new calibers, they're all supposed to be up on their website within 2 weeks after SHOT Show. So they are going to pop up. And yes, I think they're going the right direction. Giving people 40 caliber, if that's what they want, 45, 357 is very, man, I mean, that's a cool option. Very cool option. And I'm telling you, I think, and they didn't say it, but I'm thinking 10 millimeters right around the corner. So, and they take the Glock mags. So like we've talked about, everybody should own a Glock, at least one, because of commonality, parts availability for an SHTF. I'm not saying you have to own a Glock 2011, but, that is a cool option to have. And a lot of people who are really, really invested in Glocks, from what I've seen from the Platypus, and, like the people who have been shooting them for a long time and testing them, they seem to be pretty good. So if you're heavily invested in Glock mags and you've got a ton of Glocks and all this other stuff, and you're like, hey, I'm thinking about a 2011, that would probably be a great option. With the color palette and stuff like that, it's kind of got me really wanting one. I wanted one before, when Humble got his, but I was like, I don't like the RMSC cut on a big gun. I would prefer the RMR cut. And on a 2011, I really do like a bull barrel. That's just some things I like. And now they're offering a bull barrel. Now they're offering an RMR cut. So, might not be too long before I might have one. Who knows? I don't know. I'm never saying never, put it that way. Pistol Pete says, I like the words of wisdom. Thanks, Big Johnson. Yeah, no problem. I mean, those are just mine. I'm not trying to push my, statements on anybody. These are just some things I've learned over the years. Yep. Be proud of the small accomplishments you make throughout the day. Yes. And if you made a decision based on, your learnings, your teachings, your decision, and you made that, stick with it. Sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're bad. I mean, I've made investments. I'm just not going to lie to you. I've made investments in businesses and things like that over the years, and some of them have been really fruitful, and some of them I have lost my ass on. So sometimes you got to live and learn too. But when other people are saying, hey, I know you did this, what do you think about it? I took the training wheels off. I learned something. So if they want me to share my experience with them, I'm not afraid to do so. And I'll give them my opinion. But again, it's only opinion. Big Johnson, you have a very wise mother and you have learned well. You're correct. You can't fix stupid, but you can cure ignorance. Yeah, well, that's true. But let's see here. Abigail has 7 friends that I actually consider friends. Yeah, and that's true. And that's what I was saying. I mean, I have some diehard people, and some of them, believe it or not, I've built relationships with people from YouTube. I consider Armsman a really good friend. I consider Trigger Bar a really good friend. Uncle Dan a really good friend. So I'm not afraid to say it. If I consider you that, or if I say, thank you, brother, thank you, friend, things like that, I mean, that's the way I consider you. I have a best friend that I've literally known, and we're still best friends to this day. I've literally known him since I was 7 years old. As a matter of fact, I just talked to him before the chat. So, yep. Palindrome says, I wanted an MPX and ended up waiting for the next gen and got a better gun as a result. Exactly. I mean, sometimes it happens. I mean, look at the original Hudson, for example. I mean, sometimes you can just lose your butt, You need 2, Big J? I mean, you never know. You never know. I could, grab a couple of platypuses. Hell, you never know. DC says, I want to do my PO7 frame and slide in FDE with the top window cut with an RMR cut, then get the barrel ported. Yeah, Monsoon Tactical does it. And I think they do it on I think they do CZs as well. So you might check with them. You could also check with, what is the name of the company that's in Plano, Texas, that does the staccatos? They do CZs as well. Vulcan Machine Works, they also do CZs. You could check with them. Jaeger Works does them as well. I don't know to what extent they do them. I've never had anything done by them, so I don't know. But who knows? Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, I played with the H9, the original Hudson H9. I played a lot with it, and I had the opportunity to buy, many, many times, and I was just like, I do like what Daniel Defense has done to change some things on it. I think it only has, from what I understand, it only has one original part from the whole entire Hudson lineup. But, still, I mean, I think it kind of looks cool, but it just doesn't do much for me. And anybody that has one, hello, Turkey's Opinion, how are you? Anybody that has one or wants to get the new one, if that's what you want to do it. I think there's going to be some bugs that need to be worked out personally. But, who knows? I mean, like I said, I'm not a mind reader. My crystal ball's kind of on the fritz, so to say. Hello, Clyde Cumberland. How are you? And Norwood is in the house. But yeah, so if y'all are curious about those, or if y'all want to see, I mean, those 3 videos will be eventually out, but which one do y'all want to see first? The MPA DS9 Commander, the SIG P322 Burn Down, or the Taurus TX22 Competition with the light trigger? And I will say, the trigger in it, after you put the spring in it, it's pretty sweet. I'll just go ahead and give that to the subscribers out there, the family members. I'll just go ahead and let you know it's pretty damn sweet. It definitely makes that trigger even better. I still have the original H9. Not sure why Daniel Defense bought it when they essentially designed a new gun that resembled it. They had to buy the license agreement and some of the patents. So that's really what they bought. Because then it would be infringement because the title or the patent was still standing. So, and I'm really curious how much Cy got from, Cy was the inventor or the originator of the Hudson. So I'm wondering how much they paid him just out of curiosity. It doesn't matter to me, but I'm just curious. Oh, this is a good question. Rich B is saying, does the Shadow 2 Compact offer me anything I don't get from my Staccato? Held one today and not sure what it offers better. Okay, the one main thing that it offers is a double action, single action over a single action trigger. So if you like a double action, single action gun, some people feel more comfortable carrying appendix, and I can understand why, with a double action, single action over a single action trigger, because you don't have to really truly work the safety. Once you drop the hammer, either in the half cock position or the quarter cock position, honestly, or you carry it cocked and locked, but it has a flat safety on the side, which I don't really like. That's really what you're getting into. And changeable grip panels. So you can change the panels. So you could put a palm swell on it. You could put a flatter grip on it. So your ergonomics are better on the Shadow 2 Compact than a regular 2011. 2011s are a little blocky. Some people don't care for them. Where the CZ Shadow 2, it's kind of like when you grab it and grip it, it's like it's shaking your hand. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. So really for your grip, creature comforts of the grip, and being able to change the panels and the double action, single action trigger, that's really what you're gaining. Plus, it's cheaper. So if you're not invested in a 2011 already, the mags are much cheaper for the Shadow 2 Compact, and it takes the full-size Shadow 2 mags. So if you're not invested in a 2011 and you want a Shadow 2 or a Shadow 2 and hell, a compact Shadow 2, you can buy both of those, the full-size Shadow 2 and the compact Shadow 2, for usually the price of a really good 2011 or like a Staccato. So it just depends on what you're looking for, if those are some things you're looking for. But you kind of can't go wrong with either one. Of course, the single action trigger is going to be lighter. You don't have the heavier double action trigger pull. And I do like a straight back trigger versus a hinged trigger. But I mean, I played with the Shadow 2 Compact. The trigger's awesome. I would keep it completely stock. It is, especially single action, that thing is like 3 pounds. I would guess probably 3.5 pounds. Great trigger. Even the double action, it's not stagey. I mean, it just rolls right through for the double action. So for a double action, single action, it is a phenomenal trigger. So I wish it was just a tad bigger, and I might just grab one just to grab it. Hello, DB. How are you? I agree. I totally agree, Lynn. When the H9 came out, I was like, "Ooh, that's going to be a tough one." A lot of people want it. If the price is right, the quality's there, people will probably buy it. But, there you go. DB says he put another 100 down the pipe of the 17L. That's awesome, man. CZ Shadow 2 or SIG STX 1911 Shadow 2. Yeah, I'd get the Shadow 2. STX 1911. Yeah, I'm a big palm swell guy. It really fills the gap, and you don't have to have monster hands to run a palm swell. I've had my buddy with medium-sized hands put his on mine, and I just so y'all know this, I have my palm swells locked. I have them build them up just a little thicker for me. And I mean, the palm swell is just money. I mean, and he even was like, "Oh my gosh, it just fills all of this, and it just kind of gives you that, when you cradle it, it just kind of fills that gap on the palm swell." That's why I'm a huge palm swell fan. I agree, IBG. Somebody said that they were coming out with the Dan Wesson, the DWX, and it was going to have a rail and an optic cut, but still haven't seen one, but somebody said they saw one, so I haven't seen it yet. I agree. Yep. In my opinion, Daniel, Armsman saying they think Daniel Defense has done a better job on the HC9 or H9 or concept, and I agree. And they might, lock this thing down, and it might take off really well and run great. Who knows? Yeah, I hear a rumor that something's going on with CZ. So I don't know if it's true. There's a rumor. Matter of fact, Armsman and I were talking about it. I guess the firearm guy put out a video saying that, CZ might be taken over by Colt, but I don't know if that's true. And I don't want to throw rumors out there because I'm not that guy, but that's what he was saying. He thinks might be happening, but I don't know. I hope the hell this isn't happening. Turkey's Opinion says, Big J, I see a blued python in your future. Turkey's Opinion, I have some blued revolvers already that people don't even know about. They're old blued revolvers. Remember, I own revolvers. I just don't shoot them. I've shown them before. But, I'm not going to buy wheel guns, and I'm not knocking them. I mean, they definitely handle what they need to handle. But I'm not... I'm just not a revolver guy anymore, and I'm kind of joking around, but I'm kind of being serious. I was shooting revolvers back before half these people were born. And I'm not just trying to say I'm old, because I know there's people way older than me, but, I was shooting 44 Magnums, 357, 38 specials, even 45 long Colt, so I've kind of been there and done that. And with more modern technology, it's not that I hate revolvers. I don't hate them. I just think with my daily activities and daily travels and stuff, a revolver would just not fit a purpose for me as a carry gun. But I do own them, and they're fun to shoot periodically. But I'll be honest, the last time I shot one of my own revolvers that I own was probably... of my own was probably 20 years ago. I did shoot Bald's Chiappa Rhino 357, I believe. I shot it, what was that Bald, 6 or 7 years ago, 6 years ago or something like that. And my dumbass, and he even reminded me, I forgot, you don't hold thumbs forward on a freaking revolver. Well, guess what happened? He even told me, he's like, hey, keep your thumbs, do the old school. And I was like, oh yeah. And then I set it down, we started talking. I went to pick it up to shoot it, had the thumbs forward, and blew the shit out of my thumb. Freaking ate it. It ripped it wide open. Bald can attest to that. He was there. Had to get the bandages out and all that stuff. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, and I joked around and I said, if I carried a revolver, if I carried one today, it would be a Korth. It would be the big bad Korth with the tactical rails on it. Oh, it would just be the Mac Daddy. And the Armsman does have the Shadow 2 compact, and he loves his, obviously. He's saying it's fire. Yeah, that side safety is very, very thin. Now, you can put the Shadow original, like the regular full-size Shadow. That safety will fit on there. It just goes right in. Turkey saying I'm 100% better with the M&P, but I still love the wheel guns. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with them. If that's what you enjoy, that's what I said earlier. Shoot what you want to shoot, enjoy what you want to enjoy. Don't let people persuade you differently. And I'm not here trying to persuade you not to get a wheel gun. Anybody, if you want one, get the damn thing. And yeah, the Python is a hell of a good looking gun. And I do like the blue. I like that old school look. Now, I like a chrome gun, or, I like a stainless gun or a chromed out gun too. They look sweet too. But if you want old school, definitely get a blue gun. Yeah, Pistol Pete is saying Colt has already taken over CZ. They fired nearly everyone from CZ USA. Even the CZ USA website says it's the Colt CZ group. That's what I figured. So here's where you go with this. Colt was freaking bankrupt. I mean, on the doorstep of closing the place down. CZ buys it. So that shows you Colt was running the place in the ground. You know, they were depending on government contracts, losing them left and right, and really bankrupt. CZ was profitable, killing it. They buy them, and now if Colt is truly running it, I hope the hell they don't run in the ground. I hope the hell they don't. And that's another thing I learned over the years. You can invest in a failure thinking you're going to save it. Sometimes you can't, and sometimes you can, but you know it's a crapshoot. I've been an angel investor in a couple of companies, and I was definitely not an angel. I mean, you know, not treated like an angel, put it that way. I had the rug pulled over me on one of them big time. Showed me the books, and they weren't the real books. And who knows if that's what Colt did to CZ? Who knows? Yeah, I was wondering the same thing when I heard that. I'm like, man, they're going to run Dan Wesson in the ground too, but who knows? And you know what's crazy is since they bought Colt, and I think I said this on a chat, when they bought Colt and they were coming out with the DWX, I said I would not be surprised if that thing was named, instead of Dan Wesson, if it was named the Colt DS or something like that for the Colt double stack, because Colt has 1911s. They have tons of them. So I was wondering if it was going to be the first Colt double stack, but it didn't. It went out as Dan Wesson. So, and who knows? They could always rebrand it and come out with a Gen 2 where it's optics cut and all that other stuff, and now it could be the Colt double stack. You know, I don't know. And I was talking to the armsman, and I was like, I wonder if Colt is going to take it over, like make it Colt and Dan Wesson, and they're going to take all the competition guns, you know, completely get out of like the competition shooting and just have the Shadow 2, the Shadow 2 Compact, the 75, the PO1, the PC, you know, the PRC or PCR, maybe some of those, or maybe drop the PCR and keep the PO1. I wonder if they're going to keep those, because a lot of those, other than the Shadow 2s, all the other ones are used for the Czech Republic police. They use the 75 full size and the 75 compact, and they also use the PO1. So, and you know, they try to go after military contracts. That's what Colt always did. So I'm wondering if they're going to keep those and maybe the P10 and go after law enforcement with the new P10 C and F. You know, because I think they've got to keep a striker fire version. So if they're going to kind of go after that with CZ, or keep those under the CZ umbrella, and like get rid of the tactical sport, get rid of all of that, and maybe put the Shadow 2 and the Shadow 2 Compact under the Dan Wesson umbrella. I was wondering if they're going to do that. So I don't know. I guess time will tell. We'll see. But I don't know. I hope they don't screw this all up. Let's see here. Have a lead on a World War II Remington Rand 1911, made in 1944. I've been looking for a 1911 from this era. I need to research the Remington Randys more. Man, I don't know that much about them. So I'm not sure. I'm not the guru on that, but I'm not a guru, but you know what I mean? I'm not the guy for that one. Let's see here. If you drew the safety after it's holstered probably with the 1911, is there a risk of a negligent discharge? No, if you don't put your finger on the trigger. There are, what is it, the 67? Some of the older 1911s, they don't have a drop safety, but they never have. Or or some of the old ones, like, some of my old ones never had drop safeties. But if you don't do this, I mean, the hammer's back, you've got your safety off. If you don't pull it, it's not going to go forward. So, that's and that's the same with a striker fire gun. If you don't pull the trigger, it's not going to go off, or shouldn't. There's some guns that may, but they're not designed to. Yeah, and I'm just wondering because my whole opinion when I heard about the CZ P10, they were redoing it, and the P10F, supposedly the new P10 line, they were going after law enforcement and maybe military contracts down the road. That was my whole thought process. So, and CZ did not have any military contracts like Colt did in the States here. They had them in the Czech Republic. So, I thought they were buying them so they could kind of work together and blah, blah, blah. But who knows? I mean, if the Colt guy dazzled them with bullshit and said, hey, I can get all this done, I don't know. This is just a weird thing. So I don't know. Yep, Armsman, you and I were talking about that. And I think that's what we need to do. Because if we do not see CZ at the EU show, there's something wrong. If they're not, because that's why I think they weren't at SHOT Show, or that's why, I've talked to people and thinking they weren't at SHOT Show is because, they still cater to the Czech people, and to release it at the American market would piss off the EU people. So my guess was like, okay, they didn't show anything at SHOT Show because they're going to save it and release it to the EU people, and then we'll get all the videos from that, and then we'll kind of hope to expect something from them, later down the road. But I don't know. If we don't see anything at the EU show, it might not be good. So I don't know. I mean, I love CZ, and if they screw this up, or if Colt screws this up, man, that's going to be horrible. That is going to be horrible. So, but we got about 10 minutes left. Let me know which video you want to see: the MPA DS9 Commander, the SIG P322 Burn Down, or the Tandem Cross 22. And I know, golly, I always forget how to say his name correctly. Palindrome Pictures voted on the Tandem Cross. So, and if y'all watch this video, or if anybody watches this video after the fact, you can vote down below, because all these comments that we're talking about right now, they're all going to go away. So let me know, if you watch it after the fact, which one you want to see. Yeah, I think that is funny. Pistol Pete, imagine saying, I'm going to shoot my platypus. People are going to be like, what in the hell are you talking about? I think it's kind of cool how they're playing. Like they had that walking around platypus. I think that's kind of funny how they're playing on the name, but that is a very weird ass name. All right, Lynn Holt says the MPA DS9 Commander. Yeah, this way y'all can see if I can even shoot a non-comp gun. And if you haven't seen that gun, it is a special edition or special markings on it that they did for me, which I think is really cool. Joseph is saying, I hear the new C magazines are different, not compatible with other models, and a rumor I heard Staccato may eventually change magazines on all their models. Your thoughts? The C magazines are going to be compatible with all the C, like the CS and the C will be compatible, but it's not compatible with the standard, their full-size 2011s, like their C2, their P, their XC, I mean, think about it. They're not going to go away from their XC or their P because a lot of police officers, marshals, federal marshals use the P, and some use the C2. So they're going to have the slimline versions, and then they're going to have the full-size versions. So I don't think it's going away. I think they're going to continue to add to the C platform more than they do on their standard platforms right now. They're not going away. I don't see how that would happen. M&P 45, how does it shoot? I mean, I've shot one. Shoots fine. I mean, I don't think it's a bad gun at all. Donnie saying the DS9 Commander. DS9 Commander. Yeah, they'll all three be out eventually. They do have a, if I remember right, Paul told me they're like 9mm will not work on the 45. I don't know if they have a separate one. For some reason, I thought they did, but I could be wrong. But I know their 9mm won't fit on there. Oh, okay. HK, well, that makes sense. They're keeping their release for the EU show. Hopefully CZ is doing the same. Yeah, we'll see. I hope they do too. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought they had one for the 45 because I thought I saw one. I shot the standard one, the hinge trigger, the older version. So it wasn't my gun. It was a buddy's gun. Hello, M. Gabriel. How are you doing? Well, so far it looks like the MPA DS9 Commander is winning for the vote. So let me know if if anybody else wants to vote. But let me know. But so far, I think that one's winning. But yeah, I think you'll have fun with the 322. And a lot of people guessed on the failures. I've got, if you want to go back and vote, I've got a poll. Of how many failures it had. And I'll just let you know there were failures. But you'll see them all. I show everything. I don't stop it. I didn't edit it. You'll see my finger cramp up and start locking up, literally. Something's coming through here. Yeah, well, William answered it. Yeah, it's a European show. The European Union. So, because they cater to, a lot of European, because that's where, the Czech Republic's made. Rich B, the only one that I know that officially has it is Alex at, oh my God, and I'll tell you what, Armsman, check with Armsman and see if he has one, because he's got the gun. He might actually have one available. Look up Armsman Holsters if he's already left the chat. I don't know if he's still on here. Or if he is, he can let us know if he still has one. Or if he has one available for the Shadow 2 right now, compact. Because he actually owns that gun. And he probably, if he doesn't have a mold yet for it yet, he might already have one in the process of being built. So he can tell you too. Oh, and somebody was asking me earlier where I am, and I'm actually in Louisiana. I was in Monroe Monday night. I was in Ruston Tuesday night, and tonight I'm in Shreveport. So I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana. I vote for the Stock 2 Optic Ready video after you cut it. Yeah, I haven't cut my Stock 2 yet. IBG says, Big J, I've been in and out this evening. Did you take your friends and family shooting for the first time already? No, I'm glad you brought that up. They had to cancel for last week. We're doing it this Saturday. They've already locked it down. We're just trying to figure out a time to officially do it. But it's probably going to be, Saturday morning or something like that. But yeah, we're going Saturday. Rusty Taylor says the Commander works for him. Muddy River Tactical has one. Okay. I've never used anything from them, so I can't speak on them. So I don't know. But everything I've gotten from the Armsman, and if the Armsman does make it, he gave, I'm not making any money off this, but he gave the code of BJGG10, all caps, BJGG10, and on Armsman Holster, that code will save you 10% plus free shipping if you want to use it. I don't make anything on it. He just gave it to the subscribers. So if you want to use it, do it. I mean, Rich B, it's a great gun. Like I said, I've only played with it. I have not fired it, but I love the trigger. I mean, I love everything about the Shadow 2 compact, except the little safety, but I could, I'd carry it half cocked. Not a big deal. Done that many times on double action guns. I think I like it a lot. I really do. So I'm not trying to push you to buy it either way, but I do like it. And you can see the picture on the community where I have it in my hand, and it's just really too small for me. And I'm showing it in my hand with it wrapped around it, and it's just not long enough, which I knew it wouldn't be. And then I didn't show this picture, but when I actually put my left hand on it and I'm holding it, I mean, my fingers are like way out there. Not that I would catch one, and nip it off or anything, but it's pretty small. Yeah, what I will say about the TIA or TSIS or whatever, however you pronounce that, the good thing about their guns that I learned, they don't use MEM parts, which is good. The MAC, it's their MAC version. That one is more of their premium line, or I guess their more expensive line, and it does have the RMR cut, and that could be a good option. And it does take standard 1911 mags. So if you already have those, that could be a good option. I don't know. Oh, here you go. Armsman's chiming in. Yes, sir. He has the TLR7 version for the Shadow 2 compact. So he has the TLR7 version, the TLR8 version, the TLR1 version, and the X300 and non-light bearing. So if you don't want to carry a light, he's got all of them. And honestly, all of those are the only lights I would carry anyway, being honest. So he's got the whole gamut covered. Yeah, and he said for the Shadow 2 compact. So he's got it covered. So if y'all want to buy one of those, you can use that BJGG10, save you 10% off and free shipping. So that's pretty cool. I figured he did it because he owns the Shadow 2 and he really likes it. So if you really like it and you're a holster maker, why wouldn't you offer a holster for it? And he has all those damn lights anyway. So figured he would have that. Trigger Bar is asking Armsman if he makes the holsters to work with the Enigma, and that's the Filster Enigma. It's that band. If y'all haven't seen it, you can snap different holsters onto it, or it's designed to hold different holsters, I believe. Oh, look at that. He's got it for the Enigma as well, Trigger Bar. So there you go. Damn. What does the Armsman not have? So... But anyway, yeah, if y'all want to thumbs up the chat, all that good stuff, maybe share it. I'd appreciate it. I'm not begging you or anything. I'm not that guy. But, I appreciate y'all wishing me happy birthday. To me, it's another day. But, I did like, well, my mom's always said, hey, you're another year older, so what have you learned? So, and I've also learned, especially with the situation with my dad, is, to really cherish the time you have with people that you know and love, because eventually, they're not going to be with us. So, if you've had a squabble with your brother or sister or a family member, if you want to reckon that up and fix it, cool. If you don't, I understand, but you just never know. But he needs one for the Shadow 2. Thanks, Russell. I appreciate it. Thanks, Pistol Pete. But yeah, I had a good time. Like I said, I hope that I really hope this Texas deal, I hope they stay strong, or we stay strong. And he didn't give in because, and also, I don't know if y'all know this, Oklahoma's behind us, Georgia's behind us, Phoenix is behind us. I mean, there's like 24 other states that are already sending trucks down here to help. So I think that's pretty damn awesome too. So I think this is what we really need to start happening to shake shit up and to get shit done. Because man, this walking across has been going on way too long. Thank you, Unit 4. I appreciate it. Yep, Missouri. Yeah, 24 states. That's what I thought. I couldn't remember every one of them. I saw a map where they had a bunch of them, that were, I guess, with us and stuff like that. But I think that's awesome. And I think if the roles were reversed, if something was happening over there, I think Texas would jump right in. I know that we've done that with multiple other lawsuits. We've started them, they've jumped in. They've started them, we've jumped in. So I think that's the way it should be, man. We got to start changing this crap. But yeah, it is 8:04, so we will shut this bad boy down. I got to pack everything up tonight because I'm heading out in the morning and working my way back home. And then next week, I will be in the DFW area, so I'll be sleeping in my own bed. So that'll be good. I'll be looking forward to that. What's really weird is, man, when I get home, it's like, y'all, if y'all travel, you know this, but sleeping in different hotel beds is weird. And then when you get home, it's like, oh, wow, this is the best one. So you always appreciate your own home. Hello, Hawk Doladay. I think I can spit that out if I slow down a little bit. Yep. Everybody stay safe out there. All right, we will shut this down. I appreciate all of y'all, every one of y'all. Great comments and always being part of the community, and y'all make this happen for me. So I really appreciate it so much. But we'll see which video I throw out. And again, if you watch this chat after the fact, please throw your comment of which video you want to see. And again, if you want to, load up on a holster, if the Armsman holster has something that you would like, you can use that code. It's BJGG10, all capitalized. That'll save you 10% off of the holster, and he's going to provide free shipping. So that's a smoking deal. I don't make a penny off of it. He's just doing that for my subscribers, and I think that's awesome. So hope that helps y'all out. But and I can vouch, I'm carrying one as well. So also, there are going to be some reviews coming up. A lot of people have been asking about my Radian, what I think about the Radian Ramjet Afterburner. So that's going to be coming. I've got some holster reviews that I've been testing, and I've really been testing, not like wearing it for 30 minutes and going, oh, it's great, you got to buy it. I don't do that to y'all. So, and so far on all the Armsman holsters, they've all been good to go. So if you're thinking about getting one, I've had no issues. So, but I do have, detailed stuff coming on that, and some other products I've got at home. I did get some dots sent in from Gideon. I've got the Omega, and I've got the enclosed optic. So I'm going to be testing those. There's something I don't like, but it's a me problem. It's probably not a you problem. But I tell you my opinion. So I'll bring that up for one of the dots. But again, I've got their Omega and their enclosed optic. I think it's called the Matador, or I'm probably saying it wrong. But they are both already mounted. So you'll be able to see what I've got them on. One you can already see in the community tab. It's on my FN 509. And that is not a pre-made tactical. That is a tactical I made or had made. That was a regular 509. I turned it into a tactical. So it's got some cool parts on it. And that is a very good functioning gun. So we'll go over that. And then I did put the other optic on something that you're probably going to be like, what the hell did you put it on that for? So might want to stay tuned for that. I think it's pretty cool. Armsman is saying 27 states now. So we apparently had some more jump in. That's awesome, man. But I appreciate y'all so much. We will shut this bad boy down and let y'all get on with life. And remember, an unarmed nation is a very weak nation. So we all got to carry on. Thanks, everyone. You'll have a wonderful night.